Hey guys, okay, so I am making this video for my leaders. I so wish I could have made this as Zoom, but the reality is that I'm just going to be pouring out a ton of information. And so it wouldn't leave a whole lot of room for interaction. So what I'm going to do is I'm putting out there this YouTube video, and I want you to watch it. And if you watch it and let me know that you've watched it, then I am going to invite you to a Zoom so we can talk more together and brainstorm more together. Of course, this is just going to be for my leaders that are active. But I just sort of felt like I needed to pour my heart out to you and let you know where Ryan is at, because I am your leader. You're on my team. So you would know that I have a very clear direction for the year. And I'm going to be really honest, I did not have a clear direction for 2016. When I went Emerald, it was exciting and a million and billion things over the top. And I kind of sort of fell into that back office hole. And I'm so sorry that happened. But basically what I did was, while working a full-time job and restoring my marriage, which is full-time work in itself, there's just been so much going on in life that I sort of found myself in this particular place. And a teammate helped me see this, and so I kind of feel like you just need to know where I was last year and where we're going this year, okay? I'm a red, and one way to motivate a red is through competition, always pushing them, because when you push a red, they push hard to promote and to go and to go and to go, okay? So I am a red, but for some reason this pushing didn't work, because I heard in my head, this person is going to pass you, or this person is doing great, amazing things on their team. You should hear what they're doing. And so I started hearing all these things rolling in, and what I told myself as a red, it worked against me, as in I thought, I'm not doing a good job. I'm not doing enough. Well, let's look back the year I went Emerald. On Jessica's team at the time, the only person that went Emerald before me was Rob Heffley. That's her husband. I think I was Jessica's first senior Ruby, and I was a runner on her team. So as far as the resources that I had, were just the resources that were there on Jessica and Tamara's page. Those were my resources. I didn't really have a whole lot of sideline resources. I wasn't connected with a whole lot of sideline buddies. And then I went Emerald. And you know what's awesome when you go Emerald? The resources triple when you become an Emerald, because you're added to X, Y, and Z page. You now you can pull ideas from other diamonds in the company. I mean, goodness, the resources just flow in. And so 2016, when I started, it was, I was an Emerald. I was this new Emerald. I was done dealing with that back office stuff. I was ready to move on. I had all these resources. And so what did I do? I duplicated resources. That's what I did. First of all, it was extraordinarily time-saving for me, right? They say, work smarter, not harder. And so what did I do? I pulled from my resources. Oh, this is a great challenge this team's doing. Copy, paste, send it on to my team. Okay? I duplicated what I saw others doing. My team grew. My team almost doubled well, it did double in size. My points didn't double, but my team doubled in size. More than doubled in size, actually. So I was doing some things right? People were growing. We grew as a team. My points ended much higher at the end of 2016 than when I started 2016, okay? So we did a good job in 2016. I fed good information to my team. But what's different between 2016 and 2015? 2015, my resources were smaller. Therefore, the information I fed you as a team was mine. I made it. I did it. I lived it. I breathed it. I saw it work, and I duplicated what I did. It was mine. Everything was mine, not just the graphic. The words that you saw to help you were mine. So, 2016 did not look like that. Much, almost, I would say 90% of what you saw was me duplicating someone else's work, which helped me tremendously. It saved me tremendous amounts of time. What did it not do? It did not help my business personally. Because when I'm working the business and then doing something to duplicate for y'all, that means I've done it and I know it, I've lived it, I've breathed it. Therefore, I can help you with it better. So, what 2017 is going to look like is, I can guarantee you that almost 100% of what you see on Team Pink is the New Black is going to be 100% original material from me. Now, why is that scary? It's scary because that means you're not going to get quite as much from the team page. However, there are other resources. You will have the resource of your Downlines team page, and you will have the resource of Jessica Heffley's Team Plexus Provision and Tamara Holloway's Diamonds in the Making page. And of course, there are going to be some incentives that they do possibly that I'll share on my page. And of course, if there's really super important information that they do that, of course, I need to get out to you, I am going to work smarter, not harder. I am going to copy and paste that simple information. But as far as, and I will tell you this, when it comes to product knowledge, that will be information that I get from another source, because I am not green and I don't have product knowledge information. People will message me and ask me questions about that, and I flat out say, I don't know. You're going to have to look it up, because it's stuff that I don't know. But I will promise you this. Every single piece of product information I put out there, I will have personally read, learned, and know. Okay, so I'm going to ask you to do the same thing. And the reason I'm telling you this as leaders is because I want to ask you as a leader, how much of what you have put out there for your team is yours? Or how much of it is something that you copy and pasted to share with your team? Because you duplicate what you are. And I fear I have duplicated and set an example for my team that we are copy and pasters, and I 100% apologize, because that is not how I'm going to be doing business in 2017. We are going to be original. I know what you need to learn. And in 2017, it is going to be simple, because you know what? That 1 year that I did all of my own stuff, I kept it simple, and we grew quickly, and we had great retention, and that's exactly what we're going to do this year. So I kind of want to tell you what some of that's going to look like, okay? I hope you hear my heart on that. I hope you're hearing it. I hope that if you see, you might have noticed the last couple of days my page hasn't been super full of stuff on there. It's because I'm specifically not posting anything that is not originally mine. Okay, so that's going to train you. If it is something I have posted, it is something I have poured my time and attention into. It is something I have personally done. So you have to pay attention to every single little post. Okay, that's crucial. Instead of just skimming, that's what I want to make a big deal. Okay, I'm trying to make a really big deal about my team page and what's on it, and I want you to know that it's going to be original from me. Unless there's something I see that's completely inspiring, I might take it and make it mine a little bit, but it will have been made mine, okay? It's not going to be, I might have used resources to come up with it, but it's going to be mine. I just really want y'all to know that and kind of let that sink in. And I really do want you to ask yourself, is my team page original? Is it something I personally formulated and made for my team? Or am I creating and setting the example of a copy and paste team? I don't want us to be that. Copy and paste teams don't have retention. I discovered that, okay? All right. So, we're going to do books. I said originally I want to read 5 books together as a team. I really do. I really mean that. I want to try and read 5 books together this year as a team. Now, everything I'm about to say is subject to change, because if I feel like something is not working, then I'm going to change it up somehow. But I really do want to make it a goal that we read 5 books as a team. That first book, I've already put the reading schedule out there. So all of that is coming starting next Sunday, okay? So starting the 15th of January, we're going to start reading that book, and we're going to do those in the parts that they're in, part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4. And some of those sections are a little bigger than others, all right? This is kind of what it goes over, though, like fundamental techniques, 6 ways to make people like you, how to win people, how to be a leader, or it says just be a leader. So that book study will end the 11th of February. So those last 2 weeks in February, I'm going to focus on the word influence. I'm going to focus on the word influence. This is just something that I think is really, really important, because influence, the root of influence is like the root word influenza. Okay, the flu. Think about the flu. It spreads like wildfire, right? It's contagious. It spreads. So I want my team to focus on what it is that we are spreading. That is very, very important, okay? Let that sink in for a minute. What are we spreading? Like, what is contagious? Like, what do we have that we are personally putting off that is contagious? So that's going to be a real focus there at the end of February, okay? When I talked to Sarah Bogard, I really don't know if I'm saying her name right, by the way, but I don't really care. I haven't met her in person, actually, except from a distance. She's a very nice, bubbly lady. But she's a genius. She did network marketing for, I think, 18, 19 years herself, successfully. But she told me that someone told her this in the business. And this was after I sent an email to corporate just letting them know that if they weren't going to fix back office problems, that they were going to have to equip me with words to tell my team. Because for over a year, I had told you, don't worry, don't panic, it's going to get better. Don't worry, don't panic, it's going to get better. I'm like, well, it's been a year. So I've run out of words. Equip me with the right words to say. And it was mean and it was blunt. I sent it to Alec, Tarl, Sarah, and then my upline, Tamara and Jessica. And I feel like a couple of other people at corporate. And so it got a response, which is why she called me. And she said this, and this was good. First of all, she took a look at my team and helps me reanalyze to see that I actually did have a great year. I did have a great year. I mean, guys, let's face it. Is it a bad year when you start out at $6,000 a month and at some point in the month you're making over 10? Or in the year you're making over 10? I mean, that's a good year. Now, did I end the year making 10? Over 10,000? No, I didn't. but I'm still not back down to $6,000 a month. And let's face it, that's a good year. So I had to have a little reality check and perspective. And I say that very bluntly because I do feel like it's important that I'm very open and honest about the amount of money I make, so you can see that I own that responsibility of earning that. I do not collect that check every month. I will be working this business for more than 8 hours a day, and I will rarely get my weekends off because I will earn that paycheck. More importantly, I'm going to help you earn that paycheck. That is what I want to see. Okay? Okay, so she told me this. She said, there are 3 things in life that you're sure to encounter. And I know that a lot of you have heard this, but she added a third. A lot of people say death and taxes, right? She said these are the 3 things that she learned from doing network marketing that someone taught her, okay? There is death, and there are taxes, and there are flat spots. And in the course of anyone's network marketing career, you will encounter anywhere from 10 to 20 flat spots, and they are just going to happen. Now, here's what stinks. This is what happens in plexus. I'll use this video. So let's say you start out here and you start to go up and then you flatten out. Okay, that's a flat spot. And then we go back up again and then we flatten out. Okay, that stinks. Sometimes we might have a dip. That really stinks, okay? But eventually, if we keep going, right, our chart started down here. Eventually it will end up here. Now there might be a lot of flats, there might be some dips there, but we're always going to be on the rise, okay? The only way that we end that picture down here is if we quit. I am not quitting. I'm just not. Because from when I started Plexus to now, I've raised up pretty high. Most of you have done the same thing. Some of you might have taken a dip and you might have flattened out, but we're gonna rise up again, okay? So this is a common life cycle in network marketing. We might hit some flat spots, but we are gonna rise back up. It just is gonna happen, okay? There's way too many people that desperately need Plexus and desperately need financial freedom. And they don't all know about Plexus yet. So death, taxes, and flat spots. Now, this year, here's the exciting part, almost 20 minutes into the video, I am going to do a whole program that's called You, the New, and a Few. You, the New, and a Few, okay? And this whole thing is really geared towards my leaders because I want you to create other leaders, and this information, You, the New, and a Few, is going to be valuable. So let me tell you a little bit about it, okay? First of all, you. 50% of your time investment in this business is going to be on you. Now, what does that look like? Okay. For me, what that looks like is obviously, number one, personal recruiting, IPA. I am going to be reaching out, making contacts. I'm going to be networking as much as I possibly can in my area, reaching out to friends, so on and so forth. Okay, that's IPA all day long, doing as much as you possibly can to constantly recruit. Okay, my personal goal is going to be, and I'm going to say this out loud, I've already told Jessica, I've got to double the number of level 1s I have. I got to double it. So I got to get to work because it's time for me to double the number of level 1s I get, right? Because if I'm asking you to do it, I got to do it. And so I'm working on that. And I will tell you this, I did double the number of level 1s I had in 2016. So the numbers doubled in 2016 than what I had in 2015. So that's huge. I got to try and double it again, get even more this year. Okay, so for you, that first one's you. The other thing it looks like is personally investing in myself. That's reading the books, doing the personal development that I need to do to work on me to become the leader that I need to be. The other thing that it looks like is me personally looking in my back office and knowing where I'm at, looking at Excel, looking at looking at my dashboard, looking at where I'm at in the business, okay? So that's you. When I say you, it's you, what you do for you and your business. Growing your personal business level ones, you, personal development, all that jazz, okay? So you, it's called you, the new, and a few, the new. Whoo, guys, we can get people on our team. I mean, we get them. Month one, we get them. We get them signed up. We get them welcome packs. This team has got that down. This team has duplication down. You know, you go silver, you get your people silver. We got that down, okay? What happens is we focus and focus and focus on our new people monthly. When I say we, I'm saying me too, okay? We focus on them, and then boom, here comes the first. Everything resets, here we go. Who's new? Well, we forget this whole month prior, we had X amount of new people join us. We can't forget them in month two. And that is where I feel like we're going to make massive improvement this year. Is this year, and I don't even know what it's going to look like. So don't think that I'm that far ahead. I'm doing good to have all this planned out. See, I got my new planner, got it all written down. We are really going to focus on engaging new ambassadors month two. Month two. So I'm hoping and planning that every single month, so in the month of February, I'm planning on having a special team call, meet and greet, product question and info, business question and info, Zoom call for my second month newbies. I personally want to reach out to every single person on my team their second month and connect with them and breathe life and belief into them in month two. I know we're doing it in month one, right? I mean, we got the welcome email thing going on. We got the welcome post going on. They get the success kit right there in front of them. So they're getting all these resources first off, and then it trickles off. But the reality is I need to know that they're engaged with me the second month. Because if I can get them engaged with me the second month, chances are I'm going to get them to engage with me the third month on my team page. And they're already actively, by then, adding people to their team page. So we're going to stay connected better. So that's going to be something big that we start is that second month, okay? So you, the new, and with that, I'm going to say, remember I said I'm spending on you, me, 50%. So with the new, I'm going to spend 25%, okay? 25% of my time is going to be pouring into my new people, most importantly, my second month people, okay? My second month people. Now, the main thing that we're going to have our goal be is that if they're not silver by month two, in their second month when I'm engaging them, I'm really going to engage them and see if we can get them silver. Now, not everybody, don't let this panic you. Some people are going to be wholesale price people, and that's fine. We're still going to engage with wholesale buyers in month two, because in month two, I want to make sure there's no die-off problems. There's no huge issues with the products if they're having a problem, that they maybe need to try something new, add Mega X, add X Factor, try Block if they haven't tried Block, okay? So there's a lot of different things we can start pulling in month two that we don't necessarily do month one. I'm convinced that a lot of people get the Triplex Welcome Pack, try it, probably have die-off and never re-engage after month one. So they've never tried Mega X, they've never tried X Factor, they've never tried how great Block is, or Edge, or any of all the other things that we have to offer, because they weren't engaged enough in month two. Now, when we go to a few, this is where I really feel like I have some information that's going to sink in and help you as a leader. A few. You say, I get this sometimes, people that are growing really fast, teams, they're growing fast, they're multiplying, they're getting a bunch of people. Where do I know? How do I know who to invest in? Who do I give my time to? Say, Ryan, I've gotten a team. I've got almost 100 people on my team. How do I know what to do, where to go from here? Well, this is a few. You, the new, and a few. A few is 5 people. And these 5 people on your team are the people that you know you would be willing to trade business building bonus checks with. Who are those people? The people who you know are personally recruiting and have mastered duplication on their team, and you know that they are getting business building bonus checks. Those are your 5 people you're going to invest time in. Okay, now I want you to really think about that, because you know what? I'm thinking about my level 1s. What level 1s do I have that I would personally be willing to trade business building bonus checks with? It takes me back to you. I got to work harder in that 50% of time, because I got to get some more people, because I don't think I have a handful of people I'd trade a check with right now. I'll keep my check. Okay? So you need to figure that out, and here's what you're going to do with that. You're going to tell them, you're my few. You are my few. I am so confident in you. I want to trade checks with you. Now, you're not really going to do that, but you need to breathe belief into those people and say, I am yours. I will pour whatever you need. I will pour into you, because you are my few. You are my tribe on this team. Those 5 people will breathe a lot of team culture right there. Those are your 5 people. They're bringing in the most people. They're training duplication on their team, okay? So that's a great way to look at it. Think of 5 people you would be willing to trade checks with. Now, I asked Sarah about this. I said, well, can those be level 2s? She said, well, if you don't have 5 level 1s, then I suggest moving it a little faster when it comes to you. You've got to constantly be reaching out. Now, that's true, but yes, they can be some level 2s, because the reality is the people you're going to pour into, those are people that are growing quickly and duplicating on your team. And you need to reach out and you need to let them know, you're one of my few. You are one of my few. I would trade checks with you. I'm here to pour into you. I'm here to help lead you however I can. I'm here to learn with you. I'm here to learn from you. Okay? These people can teach us. So figure out who your 5 few are, okay? And then Sarah said, when you have those 5 level 1s, there might be some level 2s that you pick into. Now, if you're watching this and you think, I don't even have 5 people on my team. All right? Well, that goes back to the few is the other 25%. So we're looking at our charts 100%. 50% is you, 25% is new, 25% is a few. Okay, that makes up our 100. So if you're really lacking in that few area, you bump up your you. Okay, invest more time into personally recruiting. I feel like this makes things simple for you as a leader. If you can remember you, the new, and a few, I feel like this just really simplifies it. And I want to go back to what's simple. This should not be that hard. I want to go back to what's simple, okay? Some other little things I just want to let you know about that are going to come up in 2017 that I have planned. I don't have the dates planned for them yet. I did tell you about the second month for newbies. I do want to do a Zoom call for them to just engage with them, meet them, let them ask questions, make sure they have all the product information that they need. So I feel like that'll be really valuable, something that will start in February, okay? The 7 silver is a challenge I'm going to do. I don't know what month yet, but 7 silver is I'm going to do a challenge that looks like getting 7 people on your team silver. I think that'll be huge for you. Think about you, if you personally got 7 people and got all of them silver, you just added gold points onto your team. Well, what if you got 7 people to do the challenge, 7 silver? I mean, we're talking like explosive growth, okay? Which 7 can be an overwhelming number, which is why most people stick with that power of 3. But the goal is, if you really can focus on, and this won't be just a 1 month thing, if we can really focus on who in 2017 got 7 level 1s and got them silver, who was able to master that, that will be huge. We're talking about a ton of people going gold. Well, once you get gold money, you don't want to go back, right? I mean, we have a few, and they're called check collectors. And that's just one of those things that we have to brush out of our mind and move on. But I am excited about the 7 silver. I also have planned to do a water challenge group, because I really do feel like our health relies so much on drinking water. It's a personal challenge that I have. I'm not good at drinking water. And I really do feel like if we can encourage our teams and our newbies to get involved with the challenge of drinking like half their body weight in ounces of water a day, that our health will really, really, really start to improve, because we know that plexus works with water. Just drinking water will help anybody, even if they're not on plexus. And so I really feel like having this go along with starting plexus, making sure people get their water, will really help a lot of people's health, and that's what we're all about. So I don't know, I had it on my heart to do a water challenge, so I think I'm going to do that. I don't know what that looks like yet, and I don't know when that's going to be. It'll probably be a little bit later on in the year. So I hope that that kind of sort of helps. I can tell you, after we do this book right here, that I'm thinking about doing the Color Personalities book. It's a book I actually haven't read yet, but I think would be really interesting to learn. And I think it'll go along with this book well, because it's about knowing people. That's what this business is about. So, all right, I know you've had to watch more than 30 minutes of me talk, but I wanted you to feel informed. I wanted you to feel where I was at. I have every intention of going diamond this year. I think that going a year without ranking up was hard, because I am red and I was used to ranking up every 3 months or so. And so now that I'm back to where I was whenever I was ranking up, I'm doing all of my original things, and I feel like it's going to help me help you when I know every ounce of content that's shared on my page has pretty much been done by me. I'm really encourage y'all to do that as leaders too. Don't pull ideas from other people, but make it your own and do it. You have to do it. I'm going to do 7 silver, just like I'm going to encourage my level 1s and everybody else to do it too. Okay, I love you guys. And I will announce a Zoom coming up if you want to hop on that Zoom soon and just talk about this. Throw out any ideas. Tell me something, Ryan, I really wish you would do this, or I really need more of this. Something I have learned from being on lots of other resources, that building belief is key. And so I really want to focus on building belief in all of our newbies. So you'll see a lot of stuff on belief, meaning lots of how the products are working well, which I've kind of been doing some of that lately on just testimonials and things like that, because they just don't see them as much because of compliance. And I can put those things on my team page because compliance isn't there. So I really want to work on building belief. Y'all help me do that if you come across something great. But I want us to get on a Zoom and talk about what it is that you need from me, or what it is that you really want to see, or what you need help with. So after you've watched this long video, be watching for a Zoom link and announcement as to when that leaders call will be. Only my leaders that have watched this video will know to message me and ask me for the Zoom link info. All right, love you guys. Bye.